Okay, so a positive start going 1-0 up with Josh Bright, but unfortunately finishing 3-1.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts after that game?
It's just a bit deflating, really. I mean, we just sort of spoke at length in there with the players. It's like we can't really put a finger on it. I know it's sort of the same thing with I said last week, but we tried something a little bit different today, and I think I'd say the first half, we were better than them, even though they got the 2 goals in the sort of last few minutes of the half. But I think overall, especially first 30, we created a lot of chances. So I think maybe, if we got the second goal as well, I think at the moment 1 goal's not enough. We need to get that cushion because it's just a confidence thing, I think, at the moment. So it's just sort of more of the same, and we just sort of spoke in there about no one going hiding, and we need to sort of sort it out quickly, really. I can't put my finger on it. I don't really know. It's the same players, and like I said last week, I've got faith in them. I think they're a good bunch of lads, good bunch of players, so hopefully we can turn it around. But obviously the longer it goes on, the worse it is and the harder it is to turn around. But
Did the own goal and the penalty kill us off? Is that what lowered heads? It wasn't a terrible performance from us.
No.
I mean, we played a lot better today than we have done in recent weeks, but
Yeah.
It was just, again, those mistakes that have cost us.
Yeah.
Is it those mistakes that is now breaking down our confidence? Because some parts of the 90 we were playing reasonably well.
I think we seemed like we were sort of buzzing. The team seemed good today in the warm up and the start, and we all sort of knew what we were going to do. And then didn't get the second and then the third goal when we had the chances. With Brighty had a few chances that he even sort of admits himself he would score on another day, and then the penalties then just giving them a lift. I think they sort of turned up and maybe thought they were going to beat us, and I think we were on top and it put them on the back foot. Then they get the penalty out of nothing. I'm not sure it was a pen. I'm not sure. I mean, he has sort of kicked him, but I don't know whether it was or wasn't. But then that goes in, and suddenly it's just you realise that we are on this run. And I don't know. The goal was well worked by them, but I think we could have pressed it better. And then I think we would have had more chances in the second half when we were just about getting a grip of the game to try and get back into it. And then the own goal happens, which is just a complete freak. I wouldn't particularly blame Don for that. I think it's just one of those things. It's a mix-up, but those things seem to be happening all the time at the moment. So I'm hoping that we get something like that, and then that'll turn it around. But to be honest, I can't blame the players today. I actually think they all put a real shift in. It was really hot, and we changed the system 3 times. I think I changed it from a 5 to then a diamond, and then back to a 3-4-3 to try and get the goal. So, and they all do exactly what we ask, and they really put it in. And I think decisions could be better sometimes. What we do, when where we put the ball and stuff, but it's not through them not trying. So it is what it is at the moment. I don't really know what else to say about it.
We got 2 really tough games coming up next week against Cheddar. Is that a game that concerns you and the lads, or is because of recent defeats, is the pressure off completely going in against a side like Cheddar?
Yeah, well, I think, to be honest, I mean, maybe it's my fault as well, but we wanted to push ourselves for promotion and potentially even being right up there to challenge for it after what happened last year. And I still don't think that was an unrealistic aim to be aiming for. But I think that probably isn't going to happen now, I wouldn't have thought. So we've just said in there about just trying to enjoy our football again and try and, last year when we were on a run, everyone was working for each other, which is what we saw today. So that's a good start. And I think on another day we would win that game 3-1, and last season we would have done. And that's all it is. It's in the tight games when both teams are working hard, a little bit of quality or a mistake changes it. So I just said to them, and we said in there, that they just need to get to training. We'll have a bit of fun there and have a bit of fun next week and just try to get back to enjoying the football again, really, rather than putting all this pressure on maybe getting promoted or maybe losing 3 or whatever we've done. It doesn't really matter now. We are where we are, and I think, like I said, the lads are a good bunch, and I've got faith in them. So I think, between now and the end of the season, I do expect us to win more than we lose. So just go again, really. And like you said, the 2 games, Cheddar and then Wales, are probably the 2 better teams up there in the league. So there'll be no pressure on from outlookers looking in terms of results and stuff. They'll probably expect us to lose, but we'll still put pressure on ourselves because we want to win every game we can. And I still think we can go to Cheddar and win next week. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think we could win. So we'll put a team out, a competitive team, and hopefully we'll be able to do it.
And today was John Basley's last game as he goes off to uni.
Yeah.
He's still really young and got so much Western League experience. How important has he been for you as a player, start of this season and last season, and what future does he have at Corsham?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's hard. He said he would try and get back when he can. I mean, he's only in Southampton, but it's quite. I think it's maybe unrealistic to assume he can get back every week. But we hope we can still use him. Even if it's for half the time, then that's better than nothing. He's a great player. He's one of the best in the league, and for me, it's a really big loss because in this bad spell we've had, he's still played well. I think he's the only one who can probably say he's played well in every game this season, despite the poor run of results we've had. So to take that player out of a team like that, when a lot of players sort of look up to him and want him to step up, is tough. But we have got other players, and I'm sure we will be able to cope. But obviously he's a big loss, and he's I'm sure he'll play again in the future after uni and even during. So that's what we're hoping.
We touched on it earlier. Throughout spells of the game, we did play well. Was there a man of the match for you today?
Not really. I mean, it's difficult because of the second half, and it's a bit like last week when you're thinking, well, do people deserve man of the matches? Obviously, I'm not sure. I mean, there's a few. Like I said, I don't really want to single anyone out today. I think no one played well, like for the whole game in terms of football terms, but I think in terms of work rate, the whole team put it in really. So I can't really ask for much more. It just was one of those days really where it didn't really go for us.